Getting your transcripts from some of our universities is a big hurdle to just apply to your school and request for your transcripts, job prospects, the location of the school. In the UK here, they collect students' copy, even in Canada, because I've also applied to Canada University. Hey people, how are you all doing? Thank you for always coming back to watch my video. And in case today is the first time you are coming across this face, my name is Oli. Welcome. Please be kind to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Okay, so in today's video, we'll be talking about stages involved in moving to the UK as a student, step-by-step process, what you need to do, at what time you need to do, and everything. That is like a checklist of what you need to do to be able to, finally get your visa and move to the UK. So that is what we'll be talking about, because I've seen a lot of people ask this question. I don't know where to start from. What is the first thing to do? Where do I start? Where do I begin? All those questions. Okay, so I am here now. I am here to give you the details, like break it down, so that you will know the first thing to do and the next thing to do, the next thing that follows, and every other thing. Okay, so get your pen ready. Just keep your pen and paper. While I'm talking, you just be jotting things down, okay, so that when you start your own, you will not be confused on what next to do. All right, so the first thing you need to do is get your funds ready. With the way our currency is and dollar exchange rate and everything, you need to have a good amount of money with you, okay, especially if you want to move with your family. If you're also a single person that wants to move abroad, you also need some money, like a large amount to begin with, because you don't want to be stranded when you start the application or when you start the process. You don't want to get to the point where you don't even have money to pay for visa or do anything. So that's why it is very, very important to have some cash. Just have some cash available, even if it is 5 million, 4 million. Just make sure you have something with you to start with. Do you get? So the next thing is to decide on the country you want to move to. There are many countries you can relocate to via study visa. Okay, there is Canada, there is UK, there is USA, there is Germany. People go there to study as well, and many other places. So just sit down, think it through, decide what are you pursuing, what is your aim, what is the goal of, so when you now look at them, weigh them appropriately, you now settle for a country. Next thing you need to do after selecting the country you want to go to is get your transcript. Okay, I could have said select a university, but then because I know that getting transcripts in some Nigerian universities, I don't want to say all, getting your transcripts from some of our universities is a big hurdle. Like mine, it took me 8 months or even more to get my transcripts. Okay, I applied for my transcripts in April and got it in November. I can't begin to calculate how many months, but it actually took me a long time, and other people as well are going through this. Okay, so once you've decided on the country you want to go to, just apply to your school and request for your transcripts. In the UK here, they collect students' copy, even in Canada, because I've also applied to Canada universities. They also accept students' copy. Okay, so your school can give you the student copy and you use it for your admission. So while you have applied for your transcripts and waiting for it to get to you, then you choose your university. Okay, there are things to look out for. Okay, you need to consider the course you want to study. What does it entail? How will it help you in the future? What is the prospect like? Do you understand? You also need to consider the qualification, because different universities have different criteria. Okay, to even get into one course, they have different criteria in different schools. Okay, some don't accept HND, some does, some don't accept third class, and so on. So these are what you need to check the one that best fits your academic qualification and what you want in the future. Another thing you need to get more information about is the fees. You need to make more research and know the fee. Make sure it is something you'll be comfortable to pay, and the school fees payment plan, let it be comfortable as well. Also, get more information about the location, about the town of the university, where this university is located. Also get more information about the job prospect. Okay, the next thing you need to do now is, once you've settled for your school, just write your statement of purpose, that is your SOP. Okay, write your SOP and tailor it down to the course you want to apply. Let it be in line with the course you are applying for. Okay, so assuming I want to apply for accounting and finance at University of Manchester, right? And I also want to apply for international finance at Salford University. They look similar, right? But they are two different courses. So I need to write different SOPs for these two courses, okay? So don't even make the mistake of using one course SOP for another, okay? Because it might not give them the details they are looking for in that particular course, okay? So make sure you write your SOP very well. That is statement of purpose. Write it very well in line with your preferred course. Okay, so when you've written your SOP, and hopefully by now you have your transcript, your academic transcript, now it's time to submit your application. And the other documents you need to add to this SOP and your transcript for school application is your WAEC. Your WAEC will be in place of IELTS for schools that don't ask for IELTS. So your WAEC or your NECO, but make sure you pass English. Either way, just make sure you pass English in any of them. They can be used in place of IELTS. So you need your WAEC, your academic transcript, your statement of purpose. You need a CV as well. You need your academic certificate and references, one academic reference and employment references. These are the things you need for your admission. Also your international passport. But like I said, even in my previous video, international passport is not a must at the beginning. Okay, it is not a must at the beginning, but before you get your unconditional offer, you must have your international passport. Okay, and for married people, you need to upload your marriage certificate and the change of name, that's affidavit for change of name. It is also required. Okay, so after submitting all this, you will now wait. Some schools will get back to you as fast as possible. It depends on the rush and the workload. Some will take 5 days, some will take more. Okay, so after then, you just wait for your unconditional offer. They might also request for one thing or the other along the way, but just make sure you give them for you to get your unconditional offer. Now you have your unconditional offer. You know the name of the school you are going to. Now it is time to go for your tuberculosis test. This tuberculosis test must come at this stage because a UK address is required. So now that you have the name of the school, you just go for your tuberculosis test. They are going to write the name of the school on it, okay? Even if you are not using it, even if you later changed your mind, you don't want to go to that school, as long as that tuberculosis test is still valid, you can still use it for visa. Even if it is another school, you later changed your mind. Let's say they wrote your one university in England, you later changed your mind, you want to go to Wales or Scotland, you can still use that tuberculosis test. Okay, it is just the validity that is important, not the address that is written on it. Okay, after doing your tuberculosis test, you now start building your proof of fund. Okay, your proof of fund can even come before this tuberculosis test. Okay, but tuberculosis test will be done after getting an admission. All right, so your proof of fund is required to be in your account for 28 days. Right, so after that 28 days, you now print. So when you print this proof of fund, you submit it to your school for CAS. Okay, CAS is confirmation of acceptance, and you cannot apply for any visa without this CAS. Okay, so for some schools, they don't require you to give them any proof of fund before CAS. For schools like University of Hull, once they give you the unconditional offer and they start issuing cards, they will issue you cards. Okay, but for schools like Edinburgh Napier University, you must show your proof of fund. Okay, the proof of fund that stayed in your account for 28 days, you print it, then submit it to them. When they see it, they will now issue you cards. Okay, so when you now get your cards, you apply for your visa immediately. Okay, you don't need to print another statement of account as long as the one you printed has not stayed more than 31 days. It is still valid. Okay, so when you print your statement of account, let's say you print it on the 1st of January, you don't need to print another one. If you are still applying for visa, let's say before 31st of January, you can still use that statement you printed. Okay, so you just use the statement of account, use your cards, and everything you gave school, everything you used in getting your admission, all the documents you used in getting your admission, you need to submit them for your visa as well. Okay, when you apply your visa after paying the fees, the next thing is you go for your biometrics. Okay, once you submit, you're going to book your biometrics. It is just automatic. Okay, but if you want priority, you need to pay additional fee for you to capture priority and get your visa faster. But if you want standard, you don't need to pay any other thing. Just submit your application, then book a date for your biometric capturing. And after that, after capturing for your biometric, you just go home and wait. The long wait begins. Okay, so it takes 3 weeks for standard application. I think priority takes 5 days, but standard applications take 3 weeks. Sometimes it takes more. Okay, and in between they might send you a message or an email requesting for additional documents. Okay, so you just need to continue checking your email when you submit your application, your visa application. Make sure you check your email. Okay, so when you get your visa now, it's time to book your flight. Okay, that is all. Just book your flight and carry your bag and start coming to the UK. Okay, so guys, I'm beginning to joke now. So that is it. That is the stages, that is the process involved in getting your student visa. I hope this video is well broken down and I hope it helps. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched to this point, thank you so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Please thumbs up this video, thumbs up. Okay, bye.